Yes.
We're live.
Good
We're
morning.
live.
Good morning. Good morning. Did you know that you're great? Remember?
Remember? Good morning. We'll talk about it right back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Like. Good morning. It's Friday.
Lisa.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you high today.
Why?
Because it's Friday.
And
you ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do.
I'm not trying to study you. It's Friday. It's awesome. And I am looking forward to it, although it's quite a busy day. Because we are getting ready for the weekend. And this is not a weekend. This is not a lax weekend. This is a working weekend.
Yes, we are so blessed. I am personally so excited about our weekend. Two things. One, Lisa gets to MC a women's event, right? Tomorrow.
Yes.
And on Sunday, we get to travel to Atlanta, Georgia, and check into a really nice hotel. I got us the suite. I upgrade. I ain't tell Lisa. I could have got a regular room, but I decided, I decided to upgrade to get a little bit nicer room. You like a nicer room sometimes.
Yes. Good morning, William. Thank you for joining us this morning.
So we got us a suite up in the Mickey. And Monday morning, we're gonna have guests on this show Monday morning. Brother Tarnez and his wife, Katura Green, they're gonna be guests for us. And Katura popped on, talking her up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good morning, Katura. And because the reason they're gonna sub for us is because at the time that they're going to be speaking with you, I'm going to be speaking to stand-up comedians, a room full of them.
But they're going to be here. It's lots of fun. Check out what they're going to be talking about.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. I'm Couture Green.
And I am Tarnez Green.
And we are For Life Couple. We are coming in for the Empowerment Duo.
The Empowerment Duo, we are their stunt doubles, and we are here to excite you and to enlighten you today.
And we're going to talk about the businesses in you.
The businesses in you? Let's talk about it. What time?
It's going to be at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. on August 29th?
Yes.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan. I'll be there.
I'll be there too.
Awesome.
Will you?
Will you be?
I like that promo so much.
You're going to get to meet them face to face on Monday, and you're definitely going to see a lot more of them from time to time.
Can you tell they're a little bit familiar with each other? That's a fun promo to me. Yes, but I'm excited. I've been doing my research, and they got so many other amazing presenters and speakers. It's my mission to take a picture with as many stand-up comedians as I can, because we're going to be there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and we're going to be staying in the host hotel. So hopefully, just hanging around the hotel, we'll see a bunch of them.
Yes, definitely. He's going to be downstairs hustling pictures.
I'm going to try. And ear hustling, the kind of conversations that they have. How many of you guys know conventions? You learn a lot in between the speakers too. There's a really, really important episode on South Park. It was called Butters is a Pimp. If you want to look up that episode, Butters is a Pimp. Or not. Yes. Well, the lesson. So Butters decides to sell kisses in the schoolyard.
Okay, Butters.
Yes, he gets girls that are willing to kiss boys for $5. Okay, so he's selling kisses in the schoolyard. And then he realizes that he started to make some money doing this, pretty good money. And then he sees an advertisement for a pimp's convention. Somebody says, "You're nothing but a pimp, Butters." So he looks up the word pimp. You know what pimp meant? I'm a pimp. Oh. So he sees an advertisement.
How is he a pimp?
because he's selling kisses.
He's selling kisses, his own kisses.
No, not his own kisses. He's getting girls to do the
Oh.
kisses, and he's pimping them out.
No,
Okay, that's what he's
not
doing.
Butters.
Yes. So he sees an advertisement for a pimps convention in Vegas. He goes, I'm doing pretty good now, but I got to get to this convention to learn more. And
Oh, God.
so he goes to the pimps convention. And he learns from real pimps on how to work the game. See, it's all about the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to control your mind. It's an educational moment. Okay. So going to conventions, there's some things you can't replace. You can't top that. You can't duplicate that anywhere.
Yes.
We was in a convention last month in Denver, Colorado. We're going to be in another convention this Monday. And conventions are the move. When the last time you've been to one? You. Anyway, but that's not today's topic.
Today's topic is
You're great.
You're great.
Remember? So many adults, Lisa and I both have clients. And a lot of times we have to remind our clients of how great they really are because they forget. They forget how great they are.
Get frustrated by the moment, by the situation sometimes, and get stuck there forgetting that you're great.
Yes. Sometimes you forget the skills you had. Remember, you were able to do that thing back in school that you haven't done in a while because we forget how great we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we're going to come here today to say to you, you're great. Remember, what is that thing that you do exceedingly well? Maybe that you haven't been doing in a while.
Right.
You know?
And nobody else does it quite like you.
Nobody does it better than you.
You know, whether you're the macaroni and cheese go-to at the church, whether you are the soloist that is called out for every funeral.
Man, I still mad at my ex-wife about her singing ability.
Why? You can't be mad at her.
Mad at her. Okay. Her name is Deirdre. No.
Well, you already said your ex-wife. We already know you got a lot of them.
I already know I got a lot of ex-wives. That tickles you? That tickles you, huh?
That is hilarious to
But
me.
anyway, I was married with her for 3 years. I had a baby with her, and I'm holding the baby in a church before I heard her sing the first time.
Wow.
And she happened to be singing at a family member's wedding that they asked her to come and be the soloist.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't think nothing of it because the whole family knew that she was a phenomenal singer, but I didn't. I was holding the baby like this. Couldn't believe that was my wife singing that good. She sang 2 songs. One of them was Our Love by Natalie Cole, and she sang a church song too, but oh my gosh. And I was angry with her because that was an incredible gift that she had that she wasn't even using. She wasn't using it anywhere. Not around the house, not in the church, not in the play, nowhere.
But Adira has very beautiful singing chops.
My daughter Adira, my youngest daughter Adira, I'm so proud of her and I admire her in a way in a big way, because not only was she always a naturally great singer, she was willing to develop her gift, develop her skills by taking voice lessons, always being in choir. And she went to college and took classes on opera and different types of singing. And she dabbled in jazz singing and all kinds of, so she's developing her skill, developing her gift because she's great at it. There's a gift that you have. Maybe you haven't worked on developing it in a long time. How do you develop your gift?
How do you develop your gift? You practice it.
What? That's first.
You practice it.
Practice it.
Mm-hmm.
You practice it as much as you can. I'm studying, trying to help comedians learn how to sell their services as a business. And one of the things that you can't get away from is they got to get on stage as often as they can. They got to work it out.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same joke, they got to work out the kinks.
And the thing is, even when they're good, they still get to continue practicing. I remember going to a couple of like dinky places, And they had top billers like
star come in. Yeah.
Chris Rock would come in. He just working some shit out.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Dion Cole.
Dave Chappelle. They're working some jokes out.
That's it. I got to get the timing right. I got to get the punchline right. I got to get the flow right. I got to get the story right. I got to make sure that it makes sense to the audience. And these are some things that you can't do in private. You've got to get out there and be willing to say, oh, that one's not ready.
I'm going to start talking more about it. I haven't talked about this as much, but you can't teach a child to ride a bicycle in a classroom. Okay? Even though I'm teaching a lot of stuff in classrooms, you can't teach them how to ride a bicycle in a classroom.
No, you get to start there.
You can teach them fundamentals.
Right. It's important to have some fundamentals, although bike riding is actually one of those options that fundamentals sometimes get in the way. Because sometimes a kid can understand the theory of it, and the thought of actually getting on the bike is the scariest thing.
But unless that bike is moving forward, it's not going to balance.
Right.
Somebody say, get on the bike and balance yourself and start pedaling.
You can't.
You won't. It'll fall down every time.
Yeah, you can't. It's impossible.
You can't teach an elephant to roller skate. Okay?
Why can't you teach an elephant to roller skate?
Well, first off, it frustrates the elephant, okay? Because he's wondering why he's on roller skates in the first place.
Right.
And it's just really not that good at it, following instructions on it. Okay? So
how about there are no roller skates the size of elephants?
They can make a roller skate the size of anything they want. Just like they can make a tire as big as a building. Okay, for an airplane if they want to, or an aircraft carrier, they can do anything for money. See what people do for money
doesn't have to roller skate. But
exactly.
The point is, we have to be willing to get out there and just try it before we know that we're going to be good at it or bad at it. And even trying it sometimes is not enough. Trying it once is not enough.
Definitely
trying
not
it twice is not enough. I learned how to ride a bike after very many failures, like falling off. I don't think I had training wheels on my bike when I first got a bike.
I remember the first time I tried to ride a bicycle. I got on a bike, and for some reason, I was immediately efficient at it. I was able to do it excellently well. I was able to do wheelies. I was able to go around obstacle course from the very first time I got on the bike. Can you believe that? That's not true. Okay. No one is immediately efficient at it when the first time they get it. Not me either. I remember falling. I took the training wheels off the first day because I felt they were getting in the way. I had training wheels on it the first time I ride. It was getting in the way, and I had bent one training wheel up, so I got the pliers and I took it off because that's not how people ride a bike. So why bother with that? So I took those off, and I kept falling. But every time I fell, for me, I got angrier when I fell because I was like, other kids are riding the bike. I want to ride too. Damn it, I'm tired of falling. My shin's getting all scraped up, and I'm getting up again fast as I can because I see them riding. I want to ride too. I got to figure this out right now. Because I was getting angry because I kept falling, but I kept getting back up too.
Nobody taught you how to ride a
bike?
That's not. I wasn't poking fun. Nobody taught me how to ride a bike either. I think it wasn't even my bike. I didn't have a bike, so
I saw other kids riding. Okay, that was my training program, and I wanted to ride too. That's what it was.
I rode a skateboard before I rode a bike. I was on a skateboard, and we had a hill in the Bronx. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. We had a hill in River Park Towers going down to Roberto Clemente State Park.
I bet that was a pretty good hill too.
Like, fortunately for us, there's not much traffic down there. However, the word "not much" is the key word. It doesn't mean that there's no traffic. It just means that there's not much traffic. The garage is actually underneath the bottom of that hill.
Okay.
So
you could go down the hill and then go right into the garage.
No. You could go down the hill and a car could be coming out of the garage.
Oh.
Not one person's garage, the multi-building tiered garage, right? But anyway, not only that, it just wasn't safe to do. I mean, it was like maybe a 1/10 of a mile long. Mm-hmm. And it was at an incline. And I don't know why they didn't figure out a way to make that different for the kids or whatever. But anyway,
well, they didn't set it up to be a skate
I know,
program.
I know, but it was obvious that it was.
Okay.
They didn't set it up that way. I mean, the park was right on the other side. Everything was accessible for it not to be. But not only was it a dangerous hill, there was also broken glass on this hill on this particular
Broken
day.
glass everywhere. People pissing in the station. You know they just don't care. See, I can't take the smell and I can't take the noise. I got no money to move out. I guess I got no choice. I had rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with their baseball bats. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far because a man with a temper repossessed my car. So don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Dr. Deborah Dunstan, you are great. Do you remember? Do you remember how great you really are, Dr. Deborah? Do you remember that gift that you have, that skill that you have, that thing that you can do better than everybody else, but it's easy for you? You're great at something, remember?
You're great. Your special set of skills, gifts, and talents is unique to anyone else in the world. Whatever it is that you can do, that you do very, very well, sometimes there comes a time that even those things that you do very, very well get challenging.
What do you mean?
Well, like right now, I am challenged with communicating as clearly and as articulately that I am used to and accustomed to.
What? I'm playing. Like if someone says, he just doesn't listen to me. You go, what? He's not listening. What did you say? I said he's not listening. What? Isn't that fun to do to somebody? Shouts out to my forever family and Miss Mariana Curran. She demonstrated good business practices. I gave her a lead of a potential client, and she actually followed up with the client and actually secured some business. And the client that she got from my referral is happy about the connection. So that's great. So shout out to people that do business well.
Absolutely. It's very important. And it's very important to do what you're doing well. And it's actually really, really important to do it wrong until you can do it right.
Ooh, that's a good one. That goes to mind. Every expert was once an amateur at it, and anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Mm-hmm. It's worth doing badly at first if it's worth doing at all. And that to me leads to one of the most important words I believe in the English language. The word is courage. Courage. I really believe that's one of the most important words. Do you have the courage to try something? Do you have the courage or the willingness and the courage to be bad at it before you be good at it? What's William talking about here?
He said, Brian, you are a great comedian.
Nah, I said I'm not a great comedian. Although I dream of, William Brown, I want you to know I have dreams of selling my jokes to comedians. Like if I wrote them down, I do, baby. I imagine I could do that because I think I can think of funny things, but I don't want to be a stand-up comedian. But I do believe stand-up comedians are the modern day philosophers.
They are.
Just like in the Greek times when you had, Hamlet and those not Hamlet, Aristotle, those philosophers, and they would stay in the what do you call that thing, the aqueducts and all that, and they would just pontificate their philosophies or recite their poetries, and tell their stories in those pavilions and things like that. And I think that's what stand-up comedians are today.
The current storytellers. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. The storytellers. I was listening to my favorite storyteller this morning. It took me a moment to get in. I felt like I was jumping double dutch because I wasn't really jiving with his guest. But Andy Andrews is one of my favorite storytellers. He's the author of The Noticer. And I enjoyed it once I got into it, but I had to get into the fact that it wasn't just him telling a story. It was him doing an interview, and he was actually interviewing the other person. And I was like, I don't really care about this other person.
I don't think with you. You little stupid. All right. There's a song by Big Sean saying what he doesn't do with some person. Good Dr. Beverly uniquely taking over. Thomas, good morning to you. Dr. Beverly, you're great. Remember?
You do miracles, you're great. Remember?
Yes. Miss Phyllis, good morning to you.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Miss Phyllis, you're great. Remember? William Brown said, what? Because, well, at least your jokes are funny to you. You really enjoy telling your story. Yes, 'tis true.
Dr. Deborah says, I'm finding out that I'm challenged to do what I do well when all of my things are not around me.
Ooh.
Although all of those things are not necessarily needed to do the work, these are things that make me go, That's actually about the energy in your things, the energy that you have put in your things or have inside of your things. There are certain locations that give me better energy, physical locations. And the opposite is also true. There are certain locations that no matter what else is going on, it doesn't matter if there's nothing else going on, I'm sitting in silence and I have earbuds. There are certain locations that there's the wrong energy is in that space. And I cannot receive the creativity that I need.
I think that was profound what you just said, Lisa. You know, what Dr. Deborah said, trying to do what she's well and doesn't have all her things around it. And Lisa immediately said, that's more about the energy of the place you're in or the space you're in.
And your things.
And your things. You know, there's some things that give you energy. I like to have, it's going to sound corny to you, but I like to have a rhinoceros on my desk. Okay. A rhinoceros figurine or plastic statue or something, at least one. And in my office right now, I have 4 rhinos on my desk. Okay. And to me, the rhinoceros means go to work, Brian. That's how I take it. Every time I look at one, it means go to work, Brian. And it inspires me. Dr. Deborah says, Lisa, I believe that you are absolutely right. It's about energy. And then the question would be, and this, I think this is a more difficult question, but can you put energy on something that you wanted to be there? Can you add energy when it's not there?
You can.
You can?
I mean, you can. Yeah, you can. I mean, you control your thoughts, your energy, your space, but it's not as easy when the things that you're typically surrounded with are not available.
Yeah, your comfort things, or
you
what do you mean?
Recreate them, not your comfort things, like your special things. Like I personally cannot work without a mirror near me.
Because you need to see something pretty from time to time, so you got to see your face.
No, that's not why. It's so that I can
show the mirror that you have on your desk. She has a little mirror on her desk, a mini mirror.
A little tiny mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It has very little to do with me seeing me, but more sometimes I'm not on camera. I have to make sure that my facial energy is reflecting what my words are saying. I need that energy, and it also reflects me back.
I don't need to see the face the whole time I'm here. Like she's looking at me. These had the picture of this lady looking up. She's smiling, but she's looking right at me. I don't need to see her. You're great. Remember, is our show topic, but this is also Shout Out Friday. Is there anything you could shout out? I already shouted out Mariana Curran, who did a good business follow-up. I'm going to shout out Miss Hope Flood. Hope Flood. Who's Hope Flood? You've seen Hope Flood. You've seen Hope Flood on Def Comedy Jam back in the day. You've seen Hope Flood tell jokes on Comic View. You've seen Hope Flood do business things, and she's everywhere and has seen and done and met with everybody. Hope Flood booked me to speak at Comics Rock. So shout out Hope Flood. Look up her stuff. Mr. Nalo Justice, good morning to you, sir. He was my big brother, my hero from Alabama Avenue. I told you that story about him before, right?
I don't know.
He lives here in Charlotte now. You got to meet him, baby. You got to meet him. Nilo Justice. That wasn't his name back then. That's his name today. But he was like, he was the most, if there was a mayor amongst the kids on my block, it would have been him. He was the most popular kid on the block. He was good looking, strong, fast, good athlete. He was like the best of everything. And I wasn't, okay? And I was shorter than everybody, not everybody, but I just wasn't as cool as he was, okay? But he liked Brother Brian, so he kind of like became my protector, my guide, and my pass in. Because if he was down with me, then I was down. And that's my friend there.
William Brown says, wow, on my current journey, I've been releasing things and not recognizing the energy I am releasing too.
Wow.
I add to acknowledge what energy I need around me. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, that's amazing, Bill.
Welcome.
That's an amazing thought. On his current journey, he's been releasing things that are not recognizing the energy. Ooh.
Things have energy in them, definitely. The space that I have in my office, off to the side of my office, the energy in that space is very, very powerful that I can't even go in there very long.
How stupid, dumb, big. My room's got rooms. Lisa's office got an office. Lisa's office got another room. That's how big her office is. Okay. But actually, she's turned it into I don't know if shrine is the right word. I don't think it is, actually. And I don't know if prayer closet is the right word either. It's something else.
It's kind of a prayer closet is what I call it. I call it a prayer closet. But the energy is so strong in there that I don't spend very much time in it because it's almost like you go in there and you come right back out because the energy is strong. I've got my crystals in there. I've got my cards in there. I've got my images of my grandmother and my mother on the wall. And I just have some powerful thoughts and energy when I go in there.
You and I once saw a great movie, a great gospel type of movie. It was better than what I thought it would be.
War Room.
War Room. That's what it was. War Room. This woman had a prayer closet downstairs in her home that she had turned, and she would go in there and pray. And it came to a point where they were getting out of the house or moving out of the house, and she was showing the house to somebody. And this man walks into that room, and then he walked right back out. Mm-hmm. And then he walks in that room again and feels around, and then he comes back out again and goes, somebody's been praying in that room because he could feel it. You can feel that somebody was praying in that room. And I believe that to be true. An altar built.
There's an altar in my prayer closet, but I don't call the whole room an altar.
One of my good friends, Pastor Kevin Webb, he's a man of God, and he gets on fire for God too. And it comes off of him too, because he every place he goes, people could tell. Even though he's rocking dreads now, people can still tell he's a man like that. And he told me this story that he was going up into the hospital and he was visiting people in the hospital, and there was some gangsters up in there. One of the gangsters had gotten shot, and he had some of his thug buddies. These guys were hardcore gangsters in this room. When he walked in that room too, to just look in on them, just see if he could offer a word of prayer or whatever. And he said he was standing there, Brian. He says, Brian, I was standing there, and this other dude was near me. He goes, man, I can't even stand next to you. What's going on? He couldn't even handle the anointing that was coming off of him, because he knew what his life was like. He felt it. I can't even stand next to you right now. That's an amazing thing, the energy that comes off of you.
Well, we've had that experience, actually. We've had that experience when we were working in the clubhouse at, I don't remember the name of the place, but anyway, you went over to make coffee, and I was sitting and I was ministering to someone on the phone, and someone else was in the clubhouse, and they were riveted. They couldn't leave, and the woman came over and spoke with me after. She was waiting for me to finish with the call and what I was doing, and her husband. Yes,
I remember. I was making coffee, and this guy walked behind me. I saw him come in, but he didn't look like a threat or nothing. I ain't paying no attention. He walked behind me and he kept going, and then he turned around and came back. He goes, are you a man of God or pastor? I feel anointing coming off of you. And he wanted to stand there and talk to me. He ended up coming to our church and joining our church. But he said he felt it just walking past me, behind me. It was such an amazing moment in my life. Afterward, I went to the car and I recorded it to Facebook what that experience was. I didn't ask for it. I didn't try to make it happen. Okay, but he felt something, and he wanted to talk about it.
Dr. Deborah said, that's your own personal Holy of Holies. Ooh, I love that thought. Absolutely.
Your own personal Holy of Holies.
Yeah, the holiest of holies. Before the veil was rent in two, there were stages in the temple. And you could only go into the outer courts if you're a certain person, lay person, or whatever type of person, you can go into the inner court. If you're a man of God, and you go into the holiest of holies, if you were chosen for a specific responsibility within it.
I think that's what we have at our home. If a person is a guest in our home, they don't get to come upstairs. Okay, that's the outer courts down there. Okay, and then even if they come upstairs, they don't get to come into that room at all. They don't even get to know about that room or see that room unless you hold them by their hand and take them there and show them. But they don't get to get into that inner sanctuary like that. Good morning, Mr. Jim Chambers. Jim Chambers, you're great. Remember? William Brown, you are great. Remember? Brother Ron White, you are a great man. Remember how great you are? So many adults forget about how great they are, and they play themselves way too small. This is still Shout It Out Friday, so you're welcome to shout out whatever you want to shout out, your business, your cause, or some other person. But we want you to, Lisa and I came today to remind you.
You're great.
Yeah.
Remind you that you are great.
You're great, man. You have done great things. You have helped other people. Yes, you have. Haven't you helped somebody in your life? Haven't you made somebody else's life better? You got a card, baby?
I got a card.
She's holding a card in her loving hands.
I wasn't sure if I was going to go with this card, but I guess I am.
Okay, it's up to you.
One I got.
Okay.
It is letting go.
Uh-oh, letting go.
Summer's end, fledglings have flown. An empty nest falls to the forest floor. A tiny treasure woven by birds creating effortless beauty. Breathe out as you open your heart and hands and let go.
Let go.
Let go.
I thought it was going to have, when you said the title, I thought it was going to go in a different direction than it went. Let's do it again.
Summer's end. Fledglings have flown. An empty nest falls to the forest floor. A tiny treasure woven by birds creating effortless beauty. Breathe out as you open your heart and hands and let go.
Yeah, I still had the same impression. Let go. I was thinking they were going to go into, letting go of the things that are holding you back. Okay. There was the adage, there was a story, not really a story, an adage, it's not quite, but an example. This man falls over a cliff and he grabs a hold of the one branch, and he's like praying, God, please, he's yelling for help, 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 help. And no one's coming. He's yelling, help, help, help. And his heavenly Father visits him. I am your Lord, thy God. I am here to help you. Oh, God, thank you for coming. He says, I am beneath you now. Let go of that branch and I will catch you and I will bring you back up to the top. He goes, is there anybody else up there? There's also the one where the man is holding on to a wire cord and is pulling hard against him and his hand is getting red. And again, he's holding on to it, and it's called pride, okay, because he wants to hold on to that pride. And it's like, if you let go of that pride, you relieve your pain, okay, let go of it, okay. There's another one man hanging from the branch in one hand, and he can't get, in the other hand, he's got a bag full of money, okay, and he's struggling to get up to safety because he doesn't want to let go of the bag of money. Okay. What's he going to do? Is he going to hold on to the money to his own detriment, or is he going to let go and save his life? There's a lot of different examples like that.
Yeah. Letting go. Also, the example of letting go talks about the man who actually died 1 foot from the ground because he came down a mountain. He caught a hold to something, and he thought that thing he caught a hold to was actually saving his life. And he hung there and he held on until he died. And when they found him, he was literally 1 foot from the bottom if he would have just let go.
Wow.
So that talks to the fact that sometimes the same answer is right and or wrong for different solutions.
That letting go, that if someone was there to tell that man, look, you're only a foot off the ground. He couldn't see it, obviously. He couldn't tell how far away from the ground he was. If someone else could see that and say, look, you're only a foot off the ground. You're going to be fine. Let go. Even if you land awkwardly, you're going to be fine. Even if you sprain your ankle, you're going to be fine. You're not that high up. But he didn't have anybody there to protect him or show that to him. And it highlights to me, there's this really, really great video of this Asian child, looks like an Asian child to me, and the child is in a river and the water's moving fast and the child is holding onto a rope and with his legs swinging up and the child is in a panic, screaming and hollering. He's thinking he's going to drown. He's holding onto this rope with everything he's got. And then an older woman, maybe his mother, comes on over there, puts her hand on his chest and pushes his legs down, and he's able to stand up, and the water's only like here. Okay. He didn't know how deep the water was, but someone else came over and showed it to him.
I just heard a horrible story on yesterday, or not yesterday. Whenever I got my hair cut, I was talking to my barber about that.
Okay.
I was sharing with him about the challenges that I had just gone through in the hospital and everything, and he shared with me that we had lost 2 other brothers that I didn't know about. 2 other, Uncle Mo, who was probably one of Brandon's first barbers.
Wow.
And this other guy he told me about, he actually drowned at the beach. And he was a swimmer, and he was out there playing with his nieces and nephews. And he actually drowned in less than 2 feet of water.
Dang.
Because the rest of the family had gone back. And he was out there by himself with the kids. And he lost his footing. They couldn't pick him up. He fell backwards. And he had taken all that water, and he couldn't get out.
That can happen that fast too.
I've
heard about that, falling
Absolutely.
backwards, and sometimes you let it in your mouth and your nose.
Right.
You drown right then.
Right. Just not knowing. Dr. Deborah says sometimes letting go of unhealthy, toxic relationships can be scary, but once you do, it can be freeing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you just highlighting to me the importance of other people helping you. Some people are helping you to let go of stuff, helping you to let go of that branch so that you can save yourself, helping someone else help you to let go of toxic relationships, someone else to guide you. Maybe someone senior to Dr. Deborah, an older woman could help her with some of that, and not just her, and not singling her out, but even that lifeguard that fell backwards. If there was somebody else there to help him, the kids couldn't help him. But he needed someone else grown there because his life could have been saved. If someone had moved him to his side or turned him over,
absolutely,
he could have been saved. But he didn't have anybody there to help him. I'm more and more convinced that this life is designed to do it with other people.
It really is. I think it really is. It is meant to be in concert with others. Good morning, Miss
Sister Felicia. How you doing?
She says, good morning, beautiful people. This is such a deep topic. Our minds and what we believe can make or break us. We have to be open to help, especially in time of need. Yes, we have to be open to receive help.
Yes.
Absolutely. How many times do we go through things? And there was a post, I think Dr. Deborah posted it, that the things that you agreed, the thoughts that you agree with become your beliefs. And that sometimes your thoughts might be wrong, but once you agree with them and you don't allow anyone else to provide you with any additional information or supporting information to the contrary, you become a believer in those things. They become your beliefs. And that's where a lot of phobias come from.
Yep. False. And they end up being afraid of something they had no reason to be afraid of in the first place.
I had a moment where I could have been afraid this morning. There was a bug on the floor in the gym downstairs. I was downstairs in the garage. And there was a bug on the floor. You're in the garage, there's a bug, but it's a flying bug, right?
Okay.
But it's not flying.
Okay.
So I said, it's a mummified leftover bug in the garage. You're in the garage, it's liable to be. That trucker moved, honey. I almost jumped out of my skin.
Just because it moved.
Yes, because it moved. It looked dead. It was brown and it looked crispy. And it was next to a leaf that had lost a dead leaf, you know. So it just looked like it was dead like the leaf. And then it said, she, and I almost flew out of there into the ceiling. It was crazy.
That's unreasonable too, because what could the bug really do to you?
It couldn't do anything, but if you think it's dead and it's not dead, then you can have irrational thoughts.
Oh my gosh. Well, Sister Felicia, we coming to Atlanta. We're going to be there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We got to find a day. One of those days, you got to shake our hand, see us, you know, so because you're in hot Atlanta. You got to come. Maybe you want to come to the convention. Maybe come to the room and say hi, or the hotel lobby and say hi to us.
So we are looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to hosting the ladies' brunch on Saturday. And it's really a full day. It's a lot of wonderful activities that are going on. And I have been familiarizing myself with the agenda so that everybody can be ready. You'll be shopping. There's going to be giveaways and everything. It's just going to be really cool.
It seems like a full day to me, too.
It is. It's from 11 to 2.
Mm-hmm. We will, Miss Felicia. She goes, let me know. Dr. Beverly says, my exit will be my explanation. I have to finish that book. Yes, Felicia, that is good talk today. Yes. She has a book coming out called My Exit Will Be My Explanation. What a provocative title. You know? I have to finish that book. Yes, you do have to finish that book. And I'm going to tell you why you have to finish it. Because there's somebody that needs to read it. There's somebody that's going to find healing in it. And if you don't finish that book, the person that would have found the healing in it, they never will get it from any other place. There's some person that can only get the answer they need from you and your book. Yes, that's true. And if you don't publish it, if you don't put it out there, that person won't be saved. That person won't be healed. That person gets to keep a problem because you didn't finish. So you owe it to somebody to get that book out.
Absolutely.
Yes, you do. Lisa loves when I wag my finger at her like that. She loves it. I have to do it to her from time to time. Normally when she's tripping. Okay.
Believe it or not.
Because your husband never trips, ever, about anything, ever. That's not the move, baby. That thing has fallen off 16 times there. Try to balance it against this or something. Or get another cell phone stand. Or you can take this one. I can put it up against something else.
No, it's fine.
I'm watching it not be fine.
We're going to be at the event. It's called Women Wear Many Hats on August the 27th at 11 a.m.
Tomorrow. Yes,
it's going to be at 10210 Berkeley Place. Is that the name of it? How do you say it? And it's $25. You'll get brunch and some private shopping, a flat fashion show. There are quite a few amazing hosts.
Brunch show hosts.
10 to 10 Berkeley Place.
10 to 10.
Yes, 10210 Berkeley Place. It's $25 for the tickets. There are going to be 5 thrift and boutique queens in attendance. The dress code is fly and with a hat.
Fly and with a hat. They want you to dress fly and with a hat. Dr. Deborah, Sister Felicia, Dr. Beverly, you guys could all dress fly with a hat. Y'all should go.
Dr. Beverly says that I'm working on my mother's book right now, and then I will get that one done. My mother's book is called A Mother's Compromise. I choose to live knowing I could have died.
Amen. Amen. That's a beautiful book too. Beautiful book title. Because every mother has to compromise. Every mother has to compromise in some way. Okay. Ooh, even if they're not good mothers, they still had to compromise in some way. Because they had to get you to be able to go from birth to the first grade. Something had to happen. You know, she had to feed you more than one time. She had to change your clothes more than one time, your diaper more than one time. That's why mothers should be appreciated. My mother wasn't a good mother. You couldn't have made it out of the house if your mother hadn't done some things right. Some things.
So, you're great.
Remember? Sister Felicia Gardner, you are great.
Remember?
Dr. Beverly, you are great. Remember how great you are? I really believe adults forget how great they are.
Felicia says, we need each other. Our gifts are not meant for us. It's for others' benefit. Mm-hmm. From the fact that we honor God in using our gifts, when we bless others, and in return, we will be blessed.
That's such an amazing thought, Sister Felicia. And really, that's our mission. How can we bless others with our gifts, skills, and talents? How can we bless others? Because that's what we have it for, like Sister Felicia alluded to. It's not meant just for us. It's meant to serve others and for others' benefits. If my current gift, I only focus on how can it benefit me, then I wouldn't teach anybody else. I would just do it myself. Okay. I would just go sell stuff. I wouldn't teach anybody anything. I'll keep all that content, all the information I've learned over the years. I'll just keep it to myself, which is the height of selfishness, which is not heaven. It's the opposite of heaven when you're being selfish. It's hell. It's a personal hell. It's a living hell when you're living your life selfishly. You're not happy. No one is when they're living selfishly. I'm going to keep it all to myself. That's not a good existence.
No, it's not. But I heard an interesting song today. And the song was talking about how so many of the bad choices and the negative choices and the wrong choices that we may have made in life actually brought us to the right choices and the right answers, so that we should not necessarily begrudge some of the things that we don't necessarily do to the best of our abilities. But the song was very, very deep. It was "The Devil Led Me to Christ."
Okay,
was the name of the song, and it was beautiful. It was in story form. It was he talked about that one extra drink. It was almost one of those.
Ouch. The devil led me to Christ. What you doing with your sneakers on up here anyway?
Because I was in the gym until the last minute.
Notice now, I said, what are you doing up here with your sneakers on anyway? And she told me where she was until the last minute.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the sneakers on.
I didn't take my sneakers off. I didn't have time. I had to run upstairs.
Yes, you did. You could have kicked them off at the bottom of the stairs and put on flip-flops and came on upstairs.
I couldn't even stop for that. No, I couldn't even stop for that. I had to get to the bathroom. And I had to get
You would have been in trouble in the military for answering like that.
Oh, wow.
I got in trouble one time. Drill sergeant said, "Give me a cigarette, Private." And I said, "Drill sergeant, I don't smoke." "Damn it, did I ask you if you smoke?" I said, "Give me a cigarette." He didn't care how I got the cigarette. He didn't care if I had to borrow it from somebody else. He didn't care if I had to run to the store and get it. He said, "Give him a cigarette." And I told him I didn't smoke. And he didn't ask me if I smoked or not. He said, "Give me a cigarette." And for that, I got what's called smoked. Get down, McNeill, knock him out. Get up, get down, get up, get down, roll left, roll right. Because I didn't answer the question that he asked me. You only have to have that happen once or twice before you get it.
I don't have nothing to do with you and your...
If I started smoking you, making you drop and do push-ups.
I wish I would. I wish I would.
Get down, Lisa. Oh, I would start doing that.
Yeah, right. I actually ordered some.
Oh, look at the time. We didn't do greeting songs. It's Friday. It's 9:49. You got to hustle now. Come on.
Well, we only had a couple of songs this morning.
Okay.
We've got another change with Facebook algorithm, so we appreciate you all joining. We appreciate you all joining us.
Yes.
From LinkedIn as well. We appreciate you joining us, and our YouTube family didn't get on this morning either.
Felicia Gardner says, we don't always remember how great we are. Life can be overwhelming at times. We lose our spark, but we are each special in God's eye, and with his love, all things are possible.
All things are possible.
We're going to try to go through greeting songs and greeting logos. William Brown was up first today. He's got a song. It goes, good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning, Mr. William Brown. Up next is Dr. Deborah Dunstan.
No, Katura Green is
up next. Katura Green is up next. Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need it?
Now Dr. Deborah's up.
Dr. Deborah, non-profit strategist and funding coach.
Up next after Dr. Deborah was Dr. Beverly. Dr. Beverly has a logo that goes like this. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Miss Phyllis George has a logo as well. It goes, Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is
now
here.
We can all have a great day.
Absolutely.
Who else is
Felicia.
Miss Felicia Gardner's here.
Felicia, we love you.
You're the one. The one for me. Dr. Deborah Dunstan said, I needed my song today. We're happy to give you your song today. And you don't even have to wait for the show. You get your song anytime you want to. Is that everybody? I think so.
That is. And we really appreciate you all joining us. We ask you to tune in on Monday at 9 a.m. where our special co-hosts, our special stand-in hosts will be for Couple Life. For Couple
Mr. Tarnez Green and his wife, Miss Katura Green.
Absolutely. Make them feel welcome. They know many of the songs. They're going to sing some of the songs, we hope.
But they might need some help.
But they may need some help remembering whose song belongs to whom. But we ask that you join and support them supporting us so that we can continue to support you. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Are we going to get back Tuesday?
We can do it from the hotel on Tuesday.
Okay. We'll look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. And until then, don't forget to have